The Webster Dictionary definition of Chinatown is the Chinese living quarters of Chinese people in any city outside of China. When they move in, they automatically put their cultural designation on it. But they had us brainwashed and running away from Africa, who we are, African, born in U.S. So we was anything but, and we didn't put our cultural name on it. So they decided, oh, that's their base? Break them up. You know what they're doing with the Albina district. They, in San Francisco, Fillmore district, Hunters Point. Oh, they working on Hunters Point now too? Yeah, they try to do the same thing in Seattle, but guess what? Now let's go right down here.
Okay.
Let's go right down here. California in the house. And Ethiopia. Going back to the mother. Hey, listen. Save you guys' money. Get you a plane ticket. Go to Ghana, West Africa, and get your land. Yeah, Ghana, West Africa. And get your land, because you can go to our village. Our village is Bamboy. Because when I came back, I stayed 2 years, 74 to 76. And when I came back, a young brother came back, Ghanaian came back with me. And then 10 years later, he became his chief in his village. So when I go to his village, and we get as much land, because land's like air in the village. Yes. Okay, now, okay, these two buildings, these were off the hook. This was the corner. Police walking right down that sidewalk, right, never go into these. And there, I mean, the operation was raggedy. I mean, it wasn't sophisticated, you know. So they fell in, oh, we had a longshoreman friend. He was working in the Cynthia McKinney campaign. So he asked me, Cynthia's got running for president, Green Party, but she don't have no offices in the hood, in the black community. So he said, well, you think you can find me some space? Yeah. So we came over here, and my guy that was picking up over here, he said, I think them two buildings over there going to fall into my lap because they're messing up over there, you know. So when they fell into our lap, it's not easy moving there, because especially with the police work, because that means they getting their payoff from downtown. But luckily, two of the high rollers, one of them I grew up right across the street from, so he's like brother, cousin. And the other one, we played on the same football team, Little League. I'm the first, quote, Russell Wilson, small black scrambling quarterback in this state. And high school, right down the street at Garfield, and Shoreline Community College. So, but I did the building over there. I started, you know, because my guy that played on the same football team, he went to Nam as a sniper. He was so good that they said he had to get up off his weapon. He pulled it on them. And they snuck up on him one day and hit him with that Thorazine. He said he woke up on the airplane on his way to the Philippines. But he gets $4 grand a month from the VA. So every first of the month, everybody's clustered because the money's flowing. Then on the 10th, sleeping bag, TV dinner on the floor. So that's how we got. So this over here, we had a recording studio on the 3rd floor, put a library in the bottom, the basement. They had a boxing gym. Then we got some space down there in the school down there in Horace Mann. So they basically moved, and then we took over the whole building, the whole school building. In fact, I used to teach there from 72 to 74 before I went to Africa. It was an alternative program. All the black students had been kicked out. The junior high or high school had to come there. So we had our own African school. And we only had 2 white teachers. We had a blonde, and then we had an older white guy. He was in the labor movement, so he was tough as nails, you know. But the blonde's class was next to mine. And I'm teaching Malcolm X and this, that, and the other. My students used to get out of my class. So we was always having staff meetings on why the blonde was getting slapped, you know. And the sisters, especially the older ladies, they said, if, you know how they are, if one of these kids even look like, you know, because you know they'll pick up stuff, you know how it is. So when I came back from Africa, they had moved to black alternative high school out in the white North End, and then moved to the white alternative high school there. So they've been there for about 30 years, but then they moved them to a junior high school, and the building was, for at least really they had planned on a developer selling it to a developer, but when we got in, and so we applied for the lease, because we had about 20 young people that were, no, about between 30 and 100 that were coming, you know, because once you put a recording, so all the hip hop and everybody, they're there. Plus they just had, and plus the when we go around this block, because this is the center of black power in the Northwest. The next strongest is Tacoma, and then after that is Portland, Albina. So if they can crush us here, they're gonna crush, because they're moving them off the hilltop in Tacoma. So when we come with Africatown, say, oh, no, you're not running them Asians out of Chinatown. So why are you talking about this economics? No, it's not economics. What you do is you destroy and undermine every institution that we have, our African American Academy, our African American Museum, and you put these Negroes in charge. You know what a Negro is? African been trained to do tricks by the white man, you know, on command. You know, so we have a lot of Negroes claiming black and African American and African, but they still Negroes. And that's our biggest problem now, because they don't have Negroes in Chinatown. Now they got their differences, but they're all about business and building their neighborhood. It's like the guy that owns all this says, they only sell to each other. We're the only ones that go for that fiat money, that paper money. So now this building right here, so over here, this was where they had the first black radio station, KZAM. And when I was in high school in 62, 63, 64, we used to walk by here and the DJ would be in the window. So we used to watch the DJ. So they just sold that, and they're doing a gentrification apartment house. And this building right here, my dad was the first black electrical engineer in the whole Northwest part of the U.S. Washington, Idaho, Oregon, and he was head of Fish and Wildlife for the U.S. government 57, 58. Then when they had the riots in 68, they moved him from there to the post office, and his job was to get black contractors involved. So this post office over here, I'll show you, was the first one he did. He went and got one of his lodge brothers and said, oh, I got a federal? Oh, no, because, you know, he said, oh, no, you'll make money, because if you're on their team, you make money. If you're not, they take you, and you're going to lose your bond, your property, your equipment, and everything. So they put their money together. They first started out with Sentinel NAACP credit union, and then they boosted it up to a bank. So this was the first black bank west of the Mississippi. And they were opening up a branch in downtown Seattle. And the white bank regulator, Oldfield, said, no,